So Xbox, as we know, has been showing up to literally every single show this year. Every show that they can get in there and promote the brand and promote the games that are coming out, they've been at. And they've been doing that for a number of years. But 2023 has been a perfect year for them to try to get as much exposure as possible, as it's been a great year for the Xbox brand and for Xbox game releases onto Game Pass, first party releases, all of that stuff. Third party games coming over to Xbox Game Pass. It has been an incredible year. We even just think about the next week, we're getting Lies of P launching day one into Xbox Game Pass, which is one people are excited to be playing. The Tokyo Game Show is going to be no different, as they will be showing up this year, and it will be on September 21st, I believe, in Eastern Standard Time in North America. It's at about 5 a.m. is the stream, so a lot of people are probably just going to have to watch the rerun of it. But as you can see here, it says that they will be there September 21st, and here is what we can expect from this show. It says that you can expect updates from Xbox and Bethesda Softworks and see a creatively diverse collection of games from creators predominantly located in Japan and across Asia. Now, they also say something that has me very excited for the show, and something that I was expecting that they would do, and that is that they will be sharing exciting news about new games coming over to Xbox Game Pass. They say here, which continues to grow with great content from teams all around Asia. So expecting some more JRPGs, some more games from Japanese developers, from Asian developers dropping into Game Pass day one. Thinking of some of the big publishers out there. Are they going to get more content from Square Enix? Maybe. Are we officially going to get that announcement about Final Fantasy VII Remake? Probably not, but maybe some other stuff from Square Enix. Stuff from Sega and Atlas. We've already gotten all the stuff from Atlas. Maybe they will be showing off more of the Persona games, maybe stuff from Bandai Namco, from Software. Who knows, right? There'll be lots of Asian and Japanese content coming from this digital broadcast, which I'm very excited to see. I think Tokyo Game Show for Xbox is one that they always want to kind of knock it out of the park, as it is a part of the gaming market that they need to continue to grow. And I think they're well on their way with some of the stuff that we have seen, especially, again, if you remember the Xbox showcase this year with the two Persona games coming to Game Pass. And then the biggest one I would say of all was announcing the new Atlas game at that showcase, a game that people will be very interested in seeing more, and maybe they show off more of it here at Tokyo Game Show. So I'm very much looking forward to this. Too bad it is at 5 a.m. The chances of me streaming it are extremely low, as I do need to sleep at some point during the night. But we'll definitely be talking about the stuff that they do show off at the showcase. Now let's talk about this, because the questions are going to be asked, even though Xbox and Phil Spencer have been extremely clear when it comes to exclusivity and Bethesda games. And essentially, even they're going to be using that same method when it comes to the Activision Blizzard games. But when it comes to Elder Scrolls 6, the question is going to be asked until its eventual release as to whether this game is going to be exclusive. And we know the answer is yes. This game will be exclusive to the Xbox ecosystem, especially after what we have seen with Starfield and just how successful of a launch it has been without launching it onto the PlayStation 5, without launching to the PlayStation ecosystem. They have proven that they can do this. They don't really need PlayStation to hit their numbers, to set records for the amount of people playing it, to set huge numbers for people willing to go out and spend $100 on the deluxe premium editions to get early access. They don't need the PlayStation platform for getting these games from Bethesda and from themselves with Xbox, and the games coming over from Activision Blizzard to be successful commercially. They have enough of a huge user base within their ecosystem because they've expanded it out so much to PC and to essentially any device that you're on with cloud gaming. But they're always going to be asked this, and Phil Spencer's always going to have to give some answer, whether it's vague or not. And he was asked again here during an interview with Bloomberg. So it says here, in an interview with Bloomberg this week, Xbox Phil Spencer was asked whether Elder Scrolls 6 will be an exclusive and how Microsoft decides whether it's on the right track with this release strategy. And here is what Phil said. We look at it on a case-by-case basis with the game that we build. We want to make sure our games are available in so many different places, on our Xbox consoles, on PC, also via the cloud. These games can come to almost any web-enabled device. And what Xbox has done with this strategy is they have given them that luxury of being able to cut out a huge platform like PlayStation and still have the benefit of massive numbers and being able to develop games that have over $200 million budget and not be worried that they won't be able to make that money back because of the user base that they have access to. That is one of the things that we are seeing PlayStation start to realize. And you can bet that they are sitting around the boardroom and continuing to count down the days before they're going to really have to open up and broaden the amount of people that are going to be able to play their big first party PlayStation games that they're spending $250 million to develop. I mean, they've already started investing in more into their subscription with PlayStation Plus. Jim Ryan has come out and said that they're going to be looking to expand more and do more with cloud gaming. I mean, you look at what they're releasing here with the PlayStation Portal, maybe a test to see how many people would be interested in that type of thing. Eventually expanding out their subscription and ecosystem to mobile devices just on everybody's phone, like what Xbox is doing. They know that at some point they need to broaden their horizons when it comes to their user base if they want to continue to develop these massive games that have a huge budget. And Xbox is already there. They have that huge advantage right now, which is why he always mentions when Phil Spencer's asked about this, the reaching people with all of the different ways that they can reach people. It really just gives them that luxury that they don't really care about having to put games on PlayStation because they have 100 million install base for their consoles. They can perfectly be fine without having those players have access to the game. Now, he continues here and says, we're looking at millions and millions of players who will have access to Starfield and other Xbox Game Studios games. It's really about giving players choice around how they want to play, and they build their library of games. And then if you remember all the way back in November, he was also asked about the strategy. And he says it's not punishing anybody on any other platform. It's just kind of the strategy Xbox is going with. And there was also the mention in the FTC case where they weren't clear as to what they were going to be doing with Elder Scrolls 6, probably because they didn't want any pushback while trying to win the court case against the FTC. And it says that with Elder Scrolls 6, it's so far out, it's hard to understand what the platforms will even be. We're talking about a game that's 5+ years away. So expecting Elder Scrolls 6 on the next Xbox, not the Series X, not the Series S, but whatever comes out after that. That's when I'm expecting this game. Or it's going to be coming out right at the very tail end of the Series X. And maybe it's one of those cross-gen games where they release on the new Xbox hardware as well as with the Series X. And we can expect that the devices that will be available will be very similar today as they will be in 5+ years, with probably far better cloud gaming. A lot more stable cloud gaming and more people using it. So for them, it'll be even a bigger win. But they're going to continue to be asked about Elder Scrolls 6. The game is going to be exclusive to the Xbox ecosystem. And if it's not, and it is on PlayStation, you can cut this clip and make fun of me, but it just doesn't make any sense for them, especially after seeing the success of Starfield and how huge this game was, how it's beaten records and it's had these massive numbers without being on the PlayStation platform, which historically has had the Elder Scrolls games and the other Bethesda games. Now let's talk about this year, because achievements is something I feel like personally, I'm okay if they just kind of stay. I don't really care if they have a platinum trophy or if they greatly upgrade the achievement system. I like getting achievements. I don't 100% most games. I just don't have the time, but I do like earning something as I'm playing through my games. But I will generally never care about getting a platinum for a game unless it's a game that I'm willing to play for a very long time, like for the entire year, because it will take me that long just because of the amount of games I try to get through and the amount of stuff I'm doing. But people have been clamoring for some sort of achievement or a platinum of some sort once they've 100%ed all of the achievements. And Jez Corden talked about this on the Xbox 2 podcast. And here's a tweet here from Idleslaw saying, Jez Corden has talked with an Xbox exec at Gamescom specifically about the platinum achievements. They said they want to do it. It's just a matter of priorities and time. Jez thinks that platinum achievements and the improvement achievement system will come, but it's just a matter of getting through the stuff they want to do right now, uploading screenshots to OneDrive, etc. Now, again, when it comes to the achievement stuff, I'm all for them improving the achievement system. I just hope they don't go along the lines of literally just copying the platinum achievement that PlayStation has. I mean, Xbox created the achievement system. Everybody copied them. I hope if they do improve the achievement system, it's something that is unique and it's something that kind of sets it apart from what PlayStation's trophies are, and reinvents maybe the achievement system where you're going to have the PlayStations and maybe the Nintendo's in the future copying it again. I don't want them to just go along the lines of copying something that they essentially invented and then PlayStation improved upon. I hope it's innovative and it's new and it's unique, but we will see. If they don't change it at all, I'm not going to be that upset. I don't think the achievement system is bad, but I can definitely see it getting a little bit stale and people wanting an upgrade to what it is, and maybe an award or something tied into the Xbox ecosystem, maybe Microsoft rewards where you get a huge amount if you do 100% a game. It'll really entice people to want to do that. And then finally, let's talk about E3. Again, it looks like it is not coming back next year as they are planning a complete reinvention. We already know that Summer Games Fest is coming back, as Jeff Keighley did announce that it will be back in 2024, which isn't surprising. It is essentially the new E3. He's taking it over. And we have this here. This is an announcement from the ESA and the ESA president and CEO, Stanley Pierre-Louis, who's talking about E3. He says, while the reach of E3 remains unmatched in our industry, we are continuing to explore how we can evolve it to the best serve the video game industry and are valuing every aspect of the event from format to location. We are committed to our role as a convener for the industry and look forward to sharing news about E3 in the coming months. So the plan here, which I mean, things obviously could change between now and 2025, but it says that the plan here is that they're working on a complete reinvention of the event, which is expected to take place in the summer of 2025. So maybe E3 will be back. As someone who grew up with E3, it was the event that every year I looked forward to, dreamt about being able to attend in person, as it's on the West Coast, very far from me. It's in LA, which is far. I was never able to get there. So I was hoping one time when I became an adult, I would be able to go to E3, and I just never was able to with everything that happened over the last couple of years and then it being canceled. So I hope that they do bring it back with an actual convention, a show floor where you can go and you can see all of the new stuff coming out, because it's something I've always wanted to attend. And it just, Summer Games Fest is cool, but it just isn't the same. It just isn't the same feeling as E3. But I will leave the video there, guys. If you did enjoy this video, hit that thumbs up. If you are new here, hit that subscribe, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Bye.